As we know, it is so difficult to find running back help on the waiver wire, but a certain under-the-radar player is in Jacksonville. Now we know James Robinson has been a fantasy beast this season, but Chris Thompson had missed a couple games. He returned to action in week 9 and promptly saw 4 targets to just 2 for Robinson. Now, Chris Thompson has gotten roughly 5 targets per game when he's been on the field. Coach Jay Gruden has a long history with Thompson, and Thompson clearly is a preferred passing down back. Now, Chris Thompson isn't going to save your fantasy season, but fantasy players this year are in desperate situations at running back due to injuries and bye weeks. Chris Thompson has a little PPR floor, not much of a ceiling, but if you need some guaranteed points in a lineup, Chris Thompson is a player who can put up 4 receptions any given week, and maybe one of those plays goes for extended yardage. Now, a receiver who's flying under the radar is Anthony Miller. Obviously, he was a ghost in October. Very, very little production. He wasn't even touching 20 yards per game. But all of a sudden, when November hit, he has now seen 19 targets over the last 2 games, and he's had solid production. The Bears can't protect the quarterback, and Nick Foles is throwing over 40 times a game. And Miller is going to see some of those targets in the middle of the field before Foles has to deal with the oncoming pass rush. So he appears to be a player. Again, he's not going to save a fantasy season, but he can be used as a flex option, and he does have value in PPR leagues. Finally, people seem to forget about Jordan Reed after he got hurt earlier in the season. Well, he came back last week, and people were hoping he would have a good game against Green Bay. He was very lightly used. However, he wasn't necessarily ready to return. They rushed him back because of the George Kittle injury, and he can easily move into the lead receiving tight end role in an offense that desperately needs him right now. Remember, a healthy Jordan Reed can be a very productive Jordan Reed.